What's good, y'all? It's Drew here, back with another video. Today we're gonna be talking about Shaman King episode 6. So don't forget to like, subscribe for more anime content if you haven't already. But we won't get right into it. But a couple things first. So about the anime tournament, if you're in the Discord, which you should be in the Discord. But if you're in the Discord, you know that I started the anime tournament like yesterday night, right? Yesterday 8 p.m. or something like that. So the anime tournaments began. And a couple things I want to mention. I'm gonna give you guys information about it. If you guys want to vote on the anime tournament, I know a lot of you guys do. Head over to my Discord and then go to section anime polling. In that poll, you can vote for 2 anime. Looking at the anime, you can see that there are already some that are voted for. So just find whatever anime you want. Follow the emoji that's already been set up. So if there's an emoji there, like maybe it's a fire emoji or a thumbs up emoji, just go with that. If there's not an emoji there, it hasn't been voted on yet, then you can pick it. But all people have 2 votes, and this is the first part of the tournament. I'll give more information about the second part and later on during my stream on Saturday, so don't miss that either. So yeah, I'm looking forward to what your choices are. I see a lot of Boruto, I see a lot of Hunter, Attack on Titan, but I'm really just looking forward to what your choices are. So let me know. Let me know in the Discord. But first things first is question of the day. So the question of the day will be linked to the anime tournament, mostly because we're so early in Shaman King that I feel like I've asked y'all like 3 times now who y'all most looking forward to, or what's your favorite shaman. I can't. So until we get some more information, I can give better questions. I'll be asking you some different ones. But the question of the day is, what are the 2 animes you guys voted for, and what is your reasoning? I'd like to know, because you guys have given some answers that I expected to a degree, but I still want to know what your individual reasoning was. Episode 6 starts, and we have Yo, Manta, and obviously Anna. And Anna's reprimanding him because Yo was supposed to make food last night or yesterday, and not only did he not come back on time, we know he comes back with his clothing all messed up and stuff. He has his weird oracle bell, and he has a long brown strand of hair. So Anna thinks he's capping, but we love a loyal main character. So Yo not doing nothing he's not supposed to. But we get the full rules of the Shaman tournament, which I think we've been waiting for a minute now. But the main rules are: 1, the battle doesn't start until your Oversoul's unleashed, which I think Silva foreshadowed last episode, where he said that these battles involve Oversoul, and we understand why. If you're not in Oversoul by the time the match begins, you're disqualified. You have to win 2 out of 3 matches, so there's 3 matches for the first part of the tournament, and you have to win 2. So if you lose twice, you're out of here. They take the Oracle and you going home. Whatever reason for your Oversoul to be deactivated, that's what it takes for you to lose. So it makes a lot of sense. It's none we're not used to, and it makes a lot of sense. So Yo, he sets off. He's the first person we're gonna see. So we see Yo, and Anna gives him this uniform that is very reminiscent of the uniform he wore when he was a kid. So that's a little cool callback, if you will. And obviously Anna made it herself, so you can't speak too much on that. But we see another shaman, a shaman we've never seen before. But this is, I think I said this episode, it had to be episode 5 or episode 4. And one thing I liked is they kind of foreshadowed it. If you watch episode 5, when they're talking about the Rago star or the twin stars, you actually can see Horo Horo, and that is the person that Yo's gonna fight. So we get some stuff about Horo Horo, and we find out that he's from a certain clan, and that clan is known to have powerful shaman, and he's obviously probably one of them. He has one of the thing called the high spirits, and the high spirits are spirits that are associated with nature. And Yo remembers that Silva had spirits similar, so we see the we're seeing different classes of spirits. But Horo Horo spirit is a nature spirit, and that means it has control over what? Nature. So we see Horo Horo's dream, and you can assume that most people who are in the Shaman tournament have some sort of dream in some way, shape, or form, right? And Horo Horo's dream is basically to have a huge plain of flowers, grass, all nature things. Because his tribe or his clan, they were actually, instead of trying to conquer the nature spirits, they actually befriended the nature spirits, and they learned a lot from them. They learned cultures, they learn techniques, they learn a lot of important things, and he wants to give back to them. He wants to make it so they're in a situation in which they don't have to be hunted or anything like that. So it's a pretty wholesome dream. You could probably say it's more selfless than Yo's dream, where Yo just wants to be Shaman King to be free, and Yo definitely is sad about it, because we see Yo is definitely a super good-natured main character, because Yo is ready to give up his dream for Horo Horo. He don't even know, bro. But after, you know, regaining his senses and realizing, oh, you know, when I win, I'll grant your dream too, bro. Don't worry. So after he gets, you know, his senses, Yo ready for action. So they begin to fight, and it's clear that I'm not gonna say a lot of time has like elapsed, but it's clear that I feel like Yo is trained a little bit with his Oversoul because he's doing things we didn't really see as much. Like he's able to use, like, if you look at Yo's Oversoul, he has like an arm guard. If you look at his arm guard, he's able to like extend it to protect him, and he uses that to protect against I think Horohoro's like the ice spear attack he used. And they're going back and forth, and I'm not gonna say, it seems like it's relatively equal. Like I wouldn't go, you know, one way or the other. But we see Silva talking to another person. And speaking of Silva, I forgot to talk about this earlier, but we actually started the episode earlier on when Silva met up with the, you know, the council of the tribe he's in. I think they haven't said the tribe's name yet, but he met up with the tribe, and we find out that we knew, but the people from the tribe found out that the person that was supervising Tao Ren's test was killed. And, you know, Silva, that's probably his friend, or that's someone that he knew. He was kind of heated. He's like, bro, someone who kills an advisor or overseer cannot be in the shaman tournament. And all the elders are like, bro, chill, because that means he's strong. Like, if he's able to kill him, if he's able to kill one of like the advisors, this guy's really nice. And it seems that we see, like, not the darker side, but the less emotional side of the shaman tournament. Like, at the end of the day, they just want the most capable shaman. And whether that's a guy who has no moral compass, like maybe like a Tao Ren, or whether that's a guy like a Yo, like, they don't really care. If you're the nicest shaman, you should be the Shaman King. That's the way they're seeing it, which is definitely a colder outlook. But they say stuff about the great spirit and how he's not necessarily like all knowing, even though he's like all powerful. And like they bring up Yo's fight, in which it's impossible to determine the outcome of the fight. It's impossible to determine the outcomes of these fights. So you got to be more weary type thing. So it's really like it's a little dark. It's not crazy dark, but it's kind of like, dang, like the bro did die. So obviously Silva probably especially is keeping his eyes on Tao Ren, because this Tao Ren guy is a little crazy. But we go, you know, going back to the fight. Yo and Horohoro are going back and forth, and Horohoro is talking to Yo and saying he's pretty good, you know, you're nice. And because you're this nice, I'm gonna use my strongest attack, or one of his best attacks. And he talks about how the spirits would test humans by, you know, using an avalanche. And if you can survive this, then you're really tough, basically. And the person that was overseeing Horohoro's entrance exam actually talks about how that's the technique that he used to pass the exam. So we can tell this is like an all-out, like this is it. Like Horohoro's about to turn up, and he uses it, and like he wipes the entire field. So it's just a complete snow, because as we know, Horohoro is a snow or ice user. But Yo survives because Yo, he's tough, and he comes through and he's about to finish him, and Yo, you know, the attack doesn't go through, or I should say the attack, Yo purposely misses him, because as we know, one of the rules in the shaman tournament is what? Once your Oversoul's out, you lose. And Horohoro's Oversoul was out. So I'm not gonna say it was a tough fight. It was. I know people in the videos, you guys want to see a lot of like action. Y'all want some crazy action scenes, and I think that at its best, Shaman King does have some really good action scenes. But obviously, I feel like we're kind of easing into things. You know what I'm saying? Like we're episode 5, for goodness sake, right? You're not gonna see some crazy choreographed fights right now, right? But I think it's a decent fight. I feel like it went, you know, back and forth, but Yo wins it, and Yo has one more win to, you know, pass. And we go to Yo, and, you know, Ryu and all the people are there. We're all celebrating Yo's victory, and Horohoro's here. And we see a bit of both of their natures, right? Where Yo and Horohoro, like, the battle's over, so we don't have to be enemies. Like, Yo says himself, like, there's no, like, he's cool. Like, there's no need for us to be antagonistic to him. Which, I mean, yeah, it makes sense. Like, he's not, he was never a bad person, right? He was just fighting for his dream or his goal, which Yo was doing the same thing. But we see Horohoro's little sister, who's like his trainer or his manager, and she's a little mad at Yo because obviously technically Yo did jeopardize their dream, even though, like, I was like, bro, I mean, what you want Yo to do? You want Yo to take a loss? Yo got a dub. What you mad at my bro Yo for getting a dub for? But never mind that. Yeah, we see Horohoro's sister, and cool. It's a little cool scene. and she takes Horo Horo to go back to train. And Yo and Manta basically say like, "Dang, Horo Horo, you getting trained like I am. That's tough." But we go into another scene, and I think Shaman King, or at least the 2021, loves to do this, where they go from like, it's like Yo finishes whatever problem or conflict was in the episode, and then we go on to not another conflict, but the beginning or the foreshadowing of a conflict. In this case, we have Silva and some random guy talking to him, right? Who we can assume is probably one of the other 4 seers of the Shaman King tournament. He tells Silva, "Me being a friend of yours, I'll let you know a little secret. That guy that Yo's fighting, yeah. Yo, if Yo's fighting the guy we think he's fighting, yeah, tell him to forfeit. Because there's not a 100% chance the bro will live." And the episode kind of just ends there, so I'm like, oh, like, so that obviously tells us that whoever this person is, they're on some wild energy. They're definitely on some Black Air Force energy. We see a person in, I'm assuming, a graveyard. I think he has a scythe. I don't exactly know off the top of my head, but we see that guy, and I'm not entirely sure if we saw him when we saw the Ragar Star. I remember seeing Horo Horo. That was one of the people that I like instantly peeped. But I'm pretty sure we see this guy too. So this is clearly, I'm assuming, the next opponent for Yo. And by the looks of it, he's definitely a threat. But I mean, Yo manages. Yo always come through clutch. You know, Yo really don't miss. Yo beat Tauren, Yo beat Horo Horo, Yo beat Ryu. Like Yo just takes dubs, so we're really not that worried. But it could be a problem, but you know, we'll see. But let me know what y'all think about this episode down below. But I'm out, so peace.